Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here this Monday morning. You know, we talk about it all the time, how we love Monday mornings, get a week started off right, and glad y'all watching the show this morning. Got a great show lined up, some special guests, and you're really going to enjoy it. But first, let's get our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at 767-5500. High today, it'll be touching into the 70s, and low tonight about 53. Got about a 60% chance of rain, so it's been it's been cool snap last week, and really nice cool weather. But we still have some more rain coming. It's much needed rain, so if you're like me, we're thankful for all this rain. So appreciate all that rain, and hope we'll get some more later on in the week. But right now, we do have some cold weather down the line. Looks like. Let's take a look at our tides. We really have, this past weekend we had some really good tides, but now look at the upcoming week. Today is December 17th, folks. Can you believe Christmas is a week from tomorrow? Man, that's amazing. Anyway, looking at our tides, and our tides this morning are going to be low tide is we're looking at 9:38 this morning, and high tide at 11:39 tonight. So we got a good tide today. We got about a 1.7 foot range, and of course every Monday now we like to look at a Monday moon forecast and look what the moon is doing, because we just had this new moon. That's why we had these strong tides this past weekend. But now we're looking at the rest of this week. We are in a waxing moon. It's just starting to rebuild, and you can see our full moon is about next Friday night week, about 28th. But the moon's waxing all week, building up, and that's why we have some neat tides coming up the rest of this week. So it'd be a good time to do some Christmas shopping or some good duck hunting, like some of my boys in class have been doing. All right. Also, we showed this picture. When you send me a picture of a boat, I like to show it at 2 times, one each week. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you this boat again we had for sale last week. One of our loyal viewers. Now, this is a nice boat here. Now, this is a 25. This is a 2011 Hydro Sports 2596 Vector, 225 horsepower Evinrude E-Tech engine. He bought it new in November of 2011, so it's less than 100 hours. Got a 4-year warranty still left on the engine. All Garmin electronics, touchscreen, bottom machine, GPS, 24-mile radar, autopilot, windows, outriggers, with trailer, excellent condition. Book value is like $46,000. He's asking $38,500. Okay, it's 785-0097. Tom Martin there, 785-0097. That's for Tom Martin telling you saw that boat on Panhandle Outdoors and you want to buy it for Christmas, and your wife will really enjoy it. I'm sure that'll be a nice present for your wife. Okay, let's take this break. We're going to be back with our special guest. Welcome back, and guess who I have on my show this morning? 2 of my students of the month for December. David Bender on the end and Sarah Perry. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, now listen, I told Sarah she has to talk real loud because she has a soft voice anyway. and David's got old boy's voice, so he don't have to. But we're just glad to have them on. These 2 of my students in my 3rd period class and 5th period class.
Yes, sir.
And how many students we have in your 5th period class?
There are about 48 of us.
Yeah,
48.
46. That's a big class. We're going to start with you ladies first, Sarah. So we're going to let you tell the folks a little bit about yourself and give a little bit of background.
Okay, I'm Sarah Catherine Perry. I'm 17. I've grown up in this area, born and raised, Panama City. My grandpa has a farm up in the Sand Hills, and I've always loved spending time up there with him. And hunting with my dad has always been so much fun, just to get to spend the alone time with him. It's been great.
Okay, I'll give you a little background too on Sarah. Now, I just told Jeff, believe it or not, I coached Sarah's dad in football when I was coaching high school football. He played middle line. I was coaching linebackers, and Billy Perry played middle linebacker for us, and soaking wet. He might have weighed 165 pounds, soaking wet. But he was a tough little middle linebacker. He went on to college. He went to Auburn and engineered and all.
Yes,
Her granddad, Bill Perry, was a outstanding bird hunter. Does he still have his dogs?
He does.
He still got his dogs, but they have a problem in the family. We'll go ahead and tell people about it. Her mom where did she go to school?
Alabama.
Her dad went to Auburn and mom went to Alabama, so it's been a tough life, hasn't it?
It has.
And where are you going to school?
I'm going to Alabama too.
That make your dad mad?
Well, he's not too angry, but he doesn't write the checks, so it's all right.
Okay. All right, we're going to show you some pictures too. All right, David, tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
All right, my name is David Bender, and like her, I was born and raised here, and I've always been fishing and hunting since I was little, and just like to enjoy the outdoors.
Yep.
I was young growing up.
I know your mom, when you were a little boy, she had this unique ability to let you venture out into the bay, right?
Yes, sir. It started out in the bayou. We lived in Robinson Bayou. That's where I grew up on, and started going out in the flats and catching redfish and trout. All started there.
As a little kid, as a little boy and all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you can see, we often talk about giving the young people a background in it. This is great examples right here, just kids and all. They were exposed to the outdoors and enjoyed it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to show, we've got a couple of pictures. We're going to start off. I tell them to bring pictures and all. They really a lot of times don't know what to bring, but they do an outstanding job bringing pictures. And we'll start when you were young. We'll do Sarah's pictures first. Tell us about this trip right here.
This was one of my first trips scalloping, so I had my big white floppy hat to make sure I did not get sunburned.
That is cool. Do you remember getting into scallops?
I have no idea. I'm sure we did.
I'm sure your mom and dad remember. Okay, now the next one, this is a good one too.
That's one up at my grandpa's farm, I believe,
Yeah.
and I am sitting on one of his horses.
All right, and then we have. So you like horses?
I do. I've always loved riding horses with my grandpa. He's always had them, and he always does a field trial every year, and I've always loved going up there and getting to see all the bird dogs run around and spend some time with him.
Yes. So he goes on the horses in the field trial. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Okay, and then you got another horse there. We just showed that one. Then this right here. Is this one of your first fish? One of your first freshwater fish?
It is. I actually caught that. We had a pond right behind our house when I was that age, and I caught that right behind my house. I was so excited.
And you still got that same smile. Okay. And so one more here. It was a big old buck.
It is. It was my first buck and my first deer. He was a 5-point, so I caught him up at our lease at in Alabama. So that was
very
fun.
good. So that's pretty good pictures there. Mm-hmm. So all we're going to do, we're going to go and take a break. We're going to come back and look at some of David's pictures. Okay. All right, folks, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Sitting here with Sarah Perry and David Bender, two of my favorite students in my classes this year, and they're students of the month of December. And we're going to talk about David a little bit about some of the things he did. So, David, let's talk about these pictures. We'll start off with this one right here.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that one.
Well, that was me whenever I was probably 6 years old. My parents got me just one of those little boats, you get at West Marine, and put a little trolling motor on the back of it, and I just started. They'd take me out the island on the weekends. We'd pull it behind the boat out there, and then just started going out and started catching fish.
So that's cool.
Hooked from there.
That's cool. Now that big motor was moving at that time.
Yes,
to
sir.
you, that was a big motor, right?
A good 2 miles an hour.
All right, let's check this one out here.
All right, that was me. My parents, or my dad, had just bought that Boston Whaler, and we just started getting into offshore fishing and all that good stuff, and we went out and we caught some grouper and some snapper and some triggerfish that day. It's actually one of my first times being deep sea fishing.
And I guess that might have been one of the times you got hooked on fishing, wasn't it? When
yes, sir.
Going out doing that. That's some good stuff here. All right, let's see. I got it turned here, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that's me. I was probably 12 years old, and I was just going out. I remember I was in 5th grade. I'd go out every day after school during the spring. Me and my buddy would go out there and just right outside the bayou. The best fishing was right out there. You didn't have to go far. So.
As a 5th grade, after school.
Yes, sir.
And we were talking too. A lot of you guys are still. We'll look at one more. I'll tell you, folks. A lot of times, my students are some best sources of information on this fishing report. David's one of them because you go out 3 or 4 times a week after school, don't you?
I try to.
You and some of the boys. Okay, let's look at this picture here.
And that was my first grouper that I caught, and it whooped my butt. I was a little guy.
That's a big grouper, Dave.
I couldn't even hold it up at the end of the day, so I just remember being out there, first time caught a grouper, so.
Well, Buzzy y'all brought some fine pictures. That's a good job. And you can see, as I was saying, the background these young people have and learning to love the outdoors and enjoying the outdoors with their family and all. So that's really good. Now, let's jump up to present day. Sarah, how are you enjoying your senior year so far?
I'm loving it. Everything's just been really great.
I'm not gonna, well, what are some of your favorite classes?
Well, my obvious favorite is outdoor ed, 5th period.
What can I say? Well, you have some other good classes too.
I do. I have an AP photography class that I really enjoy, and I'm taking statistics, which is fun as math, as far as math can go.
Now, you're going to the University of Alabama.
Yes, sir.
And what's your major going to be?
I'm going to be majoring in nutrition.
Nutrition?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Do you plan on going into nursing or something, or are you just going to look into the nutrition field?
I'd like to be a registered dietitian, and I'd like to help, hopefully, people that have diabetes or girls with eating disorders.
That's good, because we're going to have a lot of diabetes in coming years, I think. We talk about, the sugar intake. A lot of Americans are getting too much sugar and all. But that's going to be great. And up in Tuscaloosa, I know there's a lot of outdoor people up there. My daughter went to Alabama, so I know we ran a lot of people up there that enjoyed outdoors. So, and of course, Auburn the same way now. Auburn got a lot of outdoors.
It's true, they do.
All right, David, how are you enjoying your senior year?
Loving everything about it so far.
Yeah.
Just trying to get through high school and take it one day at a time. Ready to graduate. But
I get to talk to David a lot. He has 2 classes I see him twice a day, and so we get to talk a lot. And we're talking the other day, and tell the folks what you want to get into.
I'd like to be an FWC officer in the upcoming years, and see if I can't get through that and get into doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
he will be. I'll tell you, he'll be my 4th FWC officer coming out outdoor ed, and I'm real proud of that. And then he fits in the mold of the other 3. They all love the outdoors. They loved outdoors since they were kids and all, and they do the right thing. And they're going to. Dave will make a fine FWC officer, and maybe he'll get a check in one day down there. I got checked in this past year by one of my former students, Matt Gore, down in St. Joe Bay. I got a kick out of that. I held my hand out for him to handcuff him and all that, but he wouldn't do it. So you're going to just stick around here and I go to Gulf Coast and get some law enforcement classes there? And,
yes, sir.
And we're talking about doing that. Okay.
Yes, sir. And then I guess you said they got it in Tallahassee, the schooling and all that stuff, so I'll go over there. Just probably go to Gulf Coast for 4 years and and major and all that stuff. And then
and the thing about it, you'll still be around home, so you can still do your fishing and hunting too.
Yes, sir.
And like, how many days a week you go out? I know at least 3.
Yes, sir. I mean, I try to go out just about every weekend, and then I usually go 3 times, a week after school.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you enjoy duck hunting?
Yes, sir. That's what we've been doing lately, and we've got a few, give or take, but it's just fun to get out there.
And been going after school duck hunting. That's hard to do but we don't have a lot of time. Y'all been getting out, setting up decoys and
yes, sir.
And seeing a few.
Yeah, we're seeing a few. We got a few last week, and actually we were over there in West Bay. We actually had a good 70 fly into our spread, but that was the best day we've had so far. We didn't kill but 6.
Well, okay. Tell the folks what are some of the ducks y'all are getting?
We're in the bay. We're just getting buffleheads and hooded mergansers, but that's.
Let me share this conversation we had the other day, and you duck hunter know exactly what I'm talking about. And I did the same thing at his age. I just busted out laughing when he asked me this. He said, "Coach, is there a special way you can cook these mergansers?" And if you know what I'm talking about, the merganser is a fish eating a duck and all that. They really just don't taste good. Best way is just cook it, boil it up really good, put some A1 in it, and do all that stuff, and then give it to your dog and let him eat it. That's not the best way to cook it, but it's funny when he said that. I said mergansers aren't really good to eat, but
yes,
I know I bet there's some Cajun recipes though. No.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, you're the chaplain of the senior class, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
Tell us how this happened.
A couple weeks ago, the SGA asked for applications to be senior class chaplain, and I applied. We had to write out a little sample prayer, and I'm treasurer of FCS, so they decided that I could be chaplain. I'm really excited.
And you see the smile she has. She's just a shining example for our students and all. We just love having her. She says over to the left, you got 3 or 4 little of your friends over there, and I can always look over there. Every time I look over there, I just see about 3 big smiles. I get a kick out of it every day. And when you get to Alabama now, what's the first thing you think? First couple things you want to do when you get up there?
Well, the first thing, I'll have to find a church. My sister went to Calvary, which is right off campus, so I'll probably try there first. But that'll
I know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that'll be a big first step for me to find a church home up there.
And her brother graduated, was it 4 years ago now? 5 maybe? 4 or 5 years ago. a brother was in my class, and he was a good football player, but he's bigger than David. How tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
David's 6'4". How much you weigh?
215.
215. So he'll make a good wildlife officer because he'll put on some more weight between now and then. He'll be a good officer. But my brother played football for us and played college football.
He did.
But he was twice as big as your daddy. And he at Auburn. Did he finish up at Auburn? Or?
Yes, sir. He just graduated.
Just
last
graduated.
weekend.
So, in engineering, or what was he doing?
His second degree was in information systems management.
Oh, one of those guys. He'll do good. All right, we're gonna listen. We're gonna give some stuff away. Remember I told you this week, the week before Christmas, Panhandle Outdoors is gonna get in the Christmas spirit and all, and we're gonna give away 5 nice prizes for the next 5 days. And today we're gonna give away, when we come back from break, this pair of Simmons binoculars. I love these binoculars. Good heavy duty outdoor binoculars, and we're gonna get the pickle jar out and let Sarah draw the name, and we're going to let David read it, okay? So we'll take this break and be right back. All right, welcome back. We're in our final segment of Panhandle Outdoors, and with our 2 guest students for the month of December, David and Sarah. But first, let's look at our fishing game forecast for today. Our times, first time was this morning. We're looking at 3:25 to 5:25 a.m., so we've just passed that time, but this afternoon, late afternoon, 3:50 to 5:50 will be a good time to be on the water. Dave, it might be a good time. The ducks might be flying then if you get a chance to go this afternoon.
Yes, sir. We're going to try, actually, so we'll see.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to start our Christmas giveaway. Today's Monday, and we're going to give something away each day this week. I hope you registered. I'm going to start off, though, with giving away this pair of Simmons binoculars. Simmons is just a great name in binocular. And also, Jeff Peck's Walk Through Nature. This video right here, I've mentioned it before on the show. I have one of these. Great video of just an Emerald Coast. Just walk through nature, Florida's Emerald Coast. He's going to all the state parks and just all kind of scenes along Florida's Emerald Coast. So these 2 items, this is a great stocking stuffer. You can still get them in the stores around here. We got them at C&G, right, Jeff, and Blue Water and places like that. So run and get one of these for some good presents for Christmas. Okay, now, Sarah, I'm going to let you draw the name. I'm going to let David read it, okay? So you pick out one. Don't pick out, okay. All right, Dave, who does I say that is?
Sean Pittman.
Sean Pittman. Sean Pittman, you have won these binoculars. Come out here at Fox 28. I'm going to put your name on it right here on these 2 items. Okay, let's sit it right over there. And your name's on it right there. So that's yours, okay? Now, we got Christmas right around the corner. Have you gotten all your presents?
Well, I've got one that I know I'm going to get. My parents are letting me go to Houston to see one of my best friends, so I'm really excited to go get to see her.
Okay. What about you, David?
As far as Christmas presents go, I think Mom's going to let me go get some hunting stuff today, actually. School, so,
that's a good present.
You know, that's a good first present.
Now, have you bought all your Christmas presents? That you're going to be giving?
I've got most of them.
Have you? Mm-hmm. David, you got your mom something nice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know you have. Okay, now, what do y'all? We got 2 weeks off of Christmas. I know what I'm going to do. What are y'all going to do? You might be going to Houston then.
Mm-hmm. I'll be at Houston part of the time, but I'm sure I'll spend some time up at my grandpa's farm with my dad and my grandpa, so that'll be fun. And
I think my dad's going to take me up to Georgia. His buddy's got a farm up there, and we're going to go try to kill some bucks. So.
Okay.
Hopefully,
What part of Georgia do y'all go to?
Honestly, I'm not even sure. He just said we're going to Georgia. Yes,
I like
sir.
that. Now, speaking of buck hunting, you came back after the other day and brought a picture in of this nice buck. We don't have with us. We're going to show this picture later, but believe me, it's a nice buck. But tell us the story. You and your dad went out hunting. So tell us what happened.
Yes, sir. We went up to my grandpa's farm, and about 2 days before we went, my dad had put out a new stand right off the side of the road at the top of a hill. And we climbed on up in there, and right when we got up there, he said, "There's a little cedar tree down in the bottom. Make sure you watch that because I saw a scrape down there." So we went along. It was about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes later, and I saw some movement on the cedar tree. So I tapped in, and I was like, "Dad, there's something at the cedar tree." So he pulled up the binoculars, and he just got really excited because he just saw horns, and they were huge. So we were both really excited, and I got the gun up, and there wasn't a clear shot at first, and it took us like 10 minutes of just watching this buck walk around until I could find a clear shot. And when I was trying to find one, another buck actually walked in front of me, but he was smaller, and my dad thought I'd get a shot at the big one. So I waited and let the smaller one go, and I got the big 9-point, and then I handed the gun to my dad, and the smaller one had run off about 50 yards, and my dad shot him. So it was really, really fun.
That was a beautiful 9-point buck, big 9-point buck, and your dad got the other one, so that worked out. That's one of those stories that just works out just as you want it to work out. I know that's exciting.
It was.
And we'll get those pictures to you soon. We've got them on the phone somewhere, but out there in cyberspace, but we're going to get them. David, I know you. One of your hunting buddies is Brant Marshall, and you get to hunt up there at his folks' place too. You've seen some big bucks up there, haven't you?
Yes, sir. They got a bunch of good deer up there, and they definitely put their time in there up there in the summertime and stuff. So yeah, it's a good place to hunt, and I appreciate everything they've done for me over the years. He's been my best buddy. So
yeah, they really have. I know that family too, and I hear them talk back and forth, and you get to hunt with them a lot. So
yes, sir.
That's good. They take it a lot. We we were talking about you mentioned scrape, and your dad had already seen a scrape. And this is up here in Washington County. Is it Washington?
I think it's on the edge.
Yeah, right north of Panama City up here. So that's the sign right there. They're doing some stuff. Well, listen, we're about to run out of time. Have y'all had a good time?
It's been fun.
Okay, so you get to tell all your classmates and all. All right, look, what's your main goal in life? Real quick, tell us real quick what you want your main goal in life.
My main goal in life would be to make an impact on my world for Christ.
Very good. David, what do you want to do?
I just want to have a successful career and raise a good family and stay close to God.
That's wonderful. That's the kind of young people we have in my class. And you see why I enjoy teaching. I have people like this and all. So thanks for all getting up this early. I'm going to give y'all an extra credit in class. All right. All right, folks. Thank y'all so much for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate your viewership. Stay tuned all week long. They'll be giving stuff away. They got a great show lined up tomorrow, so don't miss it. Sometime today, you do something good for somebody. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.